Good morning, Year Sixes. It is week 2 of term 2. Again, a little bit different. We are learning online still. And so I thought today and for the rest of the week, I would read out the reminders for you. So I'm going to go through the reminders that are normally posted on the main feed. The main difference being is that I'm reading them out to you. So, number 1. If you start a new thread, it's going to be deleted. Either Microsoft Teams will automatically delete it, myself or Mrs. Gollin or Pam will delete it. So make sure that you're concentrating. If you want to reply to a feed, you need to press reply. Number 2, if you continue to create new threads on the wall, I am going to have to mute you. You will be muted for 24 hours. And what that essentially means, it's the same as pressing mute on a remote button. You don't have access to reply or respond to anything on a wall, which is really important for online learning. And we understand that. But it's so that our thread doesn't fill up and doesn't lag. Number 3, please don't respond and reply with okay. Again, lags the feed. All you need to do, if you agree with something that you've asked a question for, or you agree with something that Mrs. Gollin or Pam or myself have said, or any other staff member from Marimba, send a thumbs up to the comment. Number 4, you don't have to tell us when you're finished. There are early finish activities or early finisher activities. If you are one of those people and one of those students who have finished early, go ahead, go on, move on with the next activity. Again, your timetable is relatively flexible, so make sure that you're going at your speed. But if you do finish early, please don't write or type, I'm done, because it's the same in the classroom. Obviously, we don't want you guys shouting that out either, same as online learning. I forget what number I was up to, 5, 6, 7, who knows. Next one, you need to get up and have a brain break. So you need to stretch, you need to find your pet, go pat your pet. You need to go and have a break. So it's really important. On the first day when I was online, I didn't do this myself. I sat on this computer for close to 8 hours, and that night had a migraine so bad that I couldn't string a sentence together. You really need to stand up, you need to stretch, you need to walk around, go skip, go jump on a trampoline, 5-10 minutes, go and have some fresh oxygen and get it into your system and get it running around. Or you go run around. Early finishes. I've got a whole list here of links and things that you guys can be on. BTN, Fuse Science, My Numeracy, Sunset Maths, any of those kind of things. Go ahead and do those. Obviously, if you do your Mathletics task as an early finisher task, you're not going to have any Mathletics. So probably don't use Mathletics, but definitely My Numeracy or Sunset Maths or any of those. Now, there are certain tasks that aren't released or aren't you guys don't have access to them until certain times. So Mathletics is a really good example. On Monday, your tasks won't be posted until 12:50 or thereabouts. This is A, to stop you doing them over and over and over again, B, to stop you doing them earlier, and C, mainly to make sure that they're spaced out in the correct amount of time, so you're not doing 10 in one day and then no maths on another day. 2-3 tasks per day is well and truly enough for Mathletics. Now, the most important out of all of this that is in the most important reminder that is written in your main post, you need to be finishing things on Microsoft Teams and in your OneNote and in your books, because you will bring your books back to school, to the utmost high standard. You are Year 6 students, you are going into high school next year, and it is so very important that your quality of work, not the quantity, remember, Tim Tams over salt biscuits. I'm looking for quality. I'm not looking for the amount of work that you're doing. I don't want 10 pages if it's 10 pages of grade or year level 4 work. I want Year 6 work. So does Mrs. Gollin and so does Pam. We all want to see you guys maintaining the quality of work that you do in the classroom. Just because you're at home does not mean that should change. I know that you can do it, and I'm very aware that you guys are trying your absolute hardest and you're trying your absolute best, and I want nothing more in this crazy time, than for you to succeed. And Mrs. Gollin wants that, and I want that, and Pam wants that, and so we want to help you and we want to see that success. But in order to succeed, you guys need to push yourselves, and you need to try, and you need to push yourself out of your comfort zone. When you look at your work and you think, yep, this is as good as I'm going to get, ask yourself, can I do better? Can this be better? What would Mrs. Kettle say? What would Mrs. Gollin say? What would they say about my work, and what would be the feedback? Before you send it to us to get feedback, Ask yourself, what feedback would I give myself? Use the AAA on yourself. It's really, really important, guys, that you do your work to the best standard that you can. Have a good week. I'll see you on WebEx.